Thursday night brought us 9 games on the schedule, and here is everything you need to know, from insane last-minute trades at the deadline.
Traded to Sacramento, and he's going to be waived, and now he's not even watching the game, Jim Pete. He's just reading
he's reading backstory too.
To a remembrance of greatness. Let's start in the Bay, where the Golden State Warriors won 131-109 on the road against the Indiana Pacers, with Steph Curry scoring 42 points. The two-time MVP shot 11 of 16 from deep, which is the 25th time in his career to make 10-plus three-pointers in a single game.
Now you're getting a tiny bit of separation. Oh, my goodness.
Come on! 6 for 6! He's barely across midcourt!
He's a monster.
This is the Warriors' third consecutive win, and they are one win away from being at 50%. The Warriors are going back home after a 4-1 record on the 5-game road trip. Jonathan Kuminga added 18 points for Golden State. 4 of the Pacers starters scored in double figures, led by Pascal with 16 points. Tyrese Haliburton scored only 5 points, but had 11 assists for the Pacers. Before the game, Indiana traded Buddy Hield to the Philadelphia 76ers in exchange for Furkan Korkmaz from the Sixers, Doug McDermott from the Spurs, a 2024 second-round pick, a 2029 second-round pick, and cash considerations. In Dallas, however, Luka dropped 39 points in the Mavericks' 108 win over the New York Knicks. The Slovenian shot 13 of 24 from the field and added 11 assists and 8 rebounds.
Some early minutes here. Taj Gibson on the floor as well. And Powell open. Luka Doncic with a little spice.
This is... Come on. Oh, no, it's right-handed.
Tim Hardaway Jr. scored 19 points off the bench against his former team. For the Knicks, Dante DiVincenzo scored a season-high 36 points, shooting 7 of 12 from deep. The Mavericks have won 3 in a row and are now 8th in the Western Conference. Besides winning at Madison Square Garden, the Mavs were very active on the trade deadline, landing Daniel Gafford from the Wizards and PJ Washington from the Hornets. The Knicks also made significant roster changes, adding Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks from the Pistons. Despite trading 2 of the best scorers on the team, the Pistons won 128-122 in overtime on the road against the Portland Trail Blazers. Detroit won back-to-back games for the second time this season. Jalen Duren had an impressive night, leading the Pistons with 27 points and 22 rebounds. Jaden Ivey followed with 26 points, being perfect from behind the arc in 7 attempts. The Blazers lost their 3rd consecutive game, despite Jeremy Grant scoring 49 points. In a rematch of last season's Western Conference Finals, the Denver Nuggets defeated the Los Angeles Lakers 114-106 on the road. Despite of the special nightwear, the Lakers wore the Black Mamba jerseys for Kobe. This was the Nuggets' 8th win in the last 10 games, and now they are tied with the Minnesota Timberwolves for first place in the Western Conference. Nikola Jokic was 1 assist shy of a triple-double.
Look at this pass behind the back.
Finishing the game with 24 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists. Jamal Murray scored 29 for the Nuggets, and Michael Porter Jr. added 27. For the Lakers, Anthony Davis had 32 points and 9 rebounds, and LeBron James had 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. In Milwaukee, however, Bucks are now 5-1 after Doc Rivers took over the head coaching job. And they have made some trades before the deadline, acquiring Patrick Beverley and sending away Robin Lopez to Kings. In their first game back after a 5-game road trip, the Bucks lost 129-105 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now the Bucks are 3rd in the Eastern Conference, 6.5 wins behind the leading Boston Celtics. Anthony Edwards had another impressive performance for the Wolves, recording 26 points and 9 assists, followed by Karl Anthony Towns, who scored 18. Damian Lillard and Chris Middleton did not play due to load management. Giannis Antetokounmpo played only 27 minutes, recording 17 points and 7 assists. Veteran Jay Crowder led Milwaukee with 21 points. In Phoenix, the Suns are picking up the pace, winning their 3rd consecutive game. They dominated the Utah Jazz for a 129-115 win, even though Devin Booker was not available. Kevin Durant had to take over.
The miss and the crossover, winding up and brings the Bulls.
He scored 31 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists for the Suns, followed by Bradley Beal, who had 30 points and 7 assists. Grayson Allen also had a significant impact on the game as well, dishing out a career-high 14 assists. For the Jazz, Lauri Markkanen had 22 points, one more than John Collins, who also added 14 rebounds. In Orlando, the Magic defeated the San Antonio Spurs 127-111 in a matchup between the top picks from the last 2 NBA drafts. Paolo Banchero, who will make his All-Star debut next week, finished with 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists for Orlando. Franz Wagner was brilliant, leading the Magic with 34 points on 13 of 17 shooting from the field. For the Spurs, Victor Wembanyama had 15 points in 23 minutes of action. David Vassell finished with 30 points, shooting 11 of 18 from the field. This was San Antonio's 6th consecutive loss, and they are stuck at the bottom of the Western Conference. In Cleveland, however, the Cavaliers won their 8th consecutive game and have the longest active winning streak in the league. The Cavs won 118-95 against the Brooklyn Nets on the road.
Side and then a technical foul. Oh, Jared Allen wants a piece of Ben Simmons.
Donovan Mitchell scored 27 points for Cleveland, which made all 17 of their free throw attempts. Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, and Jarrett Allen scored 14 points each. For the Nets, Mikal Bridges scored 26 points, and Cam Thomas had 17. Before the game, the Nets traded Spencer Dinwiddie to the Toronto Raptors in return for Dennis Schroeder and Thaddeus Young. The Memphis Grizzlies lost their 7th consecutive game, this time 118-110, to the Chicago Bulls. They held on until the last quarter, when the Bulls took off and won their 2nd straight game. DeMar DeRozan scored 30 points for the Bulls, and Andre Drummond added 21 points and 13 rebounds off the bench. Nikola Vucevic and Coby White scored 20 points each. For the Grizzlies, Jaren Jackson Jr. scored 28 points, while Gigi Jackson added 27 off the bench. Here are the current standings of the NBA after tonight.